Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Carpo here. I've done a lot of videos in the last couple of days. I don't know why. I've been on a run, dude. Just feeling it. Feeling inspired. It's great. It's cool that people watch them, you know, but whatever. It's things keep popping into my head in the last couple of days and I like to get it down. And psychology. Psychology is like one of those things that I just wanted to say that if you've never studied psychology, just get a book on basic psychology, you know, understanding people and personality type. Do some basic research on it. I mean, it's a very small part of your life that you can dedicate to it, you know, even just a couple of days of reading, and learn a lot for a lifetime's worth of, you know, usefulness. And I learned to read into psychology but not go too deep. Just like anything else, there's balance in everything, right? You don't want to go too deep into any subject because then you start to ignore all the other facets of life. And psychology is no exception. I feel really bad for psychologists because when they look at people, I know that they see them as personality types, and it's instinctual almost. You know, you just look at a person and they'll probably think, oh, well, they're like this, and what happens with that is you start to assume if a person acts a certain way, then they must be a certain personality type, therefore they're more likely to do this or that, which is really generalizing people, and it's not a good thing to do. However, on the lighter side of it, if you take just a little bit of a look into psychology to understand why people do the things they do, you can really gain a lot from it. And a good example is a neighbor the other day. We have a neighbor on our street that just moved in, and he's a renter, and we're all owners. And he drives this sporty little old pickup, and he hauls ass up and down the street, and he burns rubber. And a couple days ago, he burned rubber up the street, and he kind of burned past one of my neighbors, this old man. He's a retired cop, and he's like 70, you know. And he's a really nice, quiet old guy. And when the guy passed him, they ended up pulling over. Something happened on the on our street, and the guy got out of his truck, and he yelled to my neighbor. He called him. He said he was immature, and he was a child. And my neighbor was sitting there just dumbfounded. When we were talking about it later, he's like, I don't understand. He called me, he said I was acting like a child, and he said that I was a horrible person and all this stuff. And I was like, man, it's just projection. You know, people project on other people, and they do it so obviously. I mean, it's like a person will look at you and just straight up call you what they are. And so, you know, that's just one aspect of it. You know, you can look into it on your own if you're into it, but that's just one thing I want people to take away from this is projection, because I think a lot more people don't understand what it is. It's when a person does something or says something about you that is directly, obviously not true, and is exactly the way they are. And some people do it a lot more than others. I'm aware when I do it, and so I use it as a tool to help better myself. And that's why psychology has helped me, because I can see when I'm faulting and correct my ways if I can. I hope I don't go too deep down some crazy, you know, asshole area where I'm just, you know, a jerk. I just let the way people respond to me dictate kind of how I behave, because people want to be treated like humans, right? But projection is really, really prominent today, and it always has been, but I just see it more and more as I acknowledge it. You know, people will just straight up, you know, they'll tell you what a loser you are, and, you know, a good example is if you're online and somebody's like, get a job, loser. They probably don't have a job. It's just, that's just how people are. They don't even, they project all their shortcomings onto you because that's what's on their mind. So that's just one small aspect. Take something away from it, and hopefully you can use some psychology in your life. But don't go too far, like I said, because if you start looking into how people are, you start seeing them as personality types, and that's generalizing, and that's not fair, because we're all individuals. Peace.